Hello and welcome to the series of box designs. In this video, I'm going to help you understand how you can design and 3D print a sliding lid box. If you haven't seen a sliding lid box, here it is. This has a lid which can slide out to open it and slide in to close the box. This mechanism works with the help of the groove created on the sides of this box. This kind of mechanism is easy to design and easy to 3D print. This allows for quick and effortless access to your contents. And for this reason, it's commonly used for electronics, jewelry, or any other small items where you need quick and easy access. Now that we understand what is a sliding lid box and how it works, let's go and build this. We will be doing this in two steps. The first, we will be designing it, and the second, we are going to 3D print it. We will be designing the sliding box in three parts. The first section will deal with the bottom part, which is very similar to how we designed in the lift off lid box video. The second section will be the groove section, which is starting from the top of this bottom section, and there is a slight edge also included in this part. So this will be our second part which we will be designing, and at the last we will be designing this lid which will help us in opening and closing this box. So let's jump into designing the bottom section first. We'll try to make it quick as we have already done this in the lift off lid box video. Let's pick the solid part, bring it into the center. We are going to size it 50 mm length, 50 mm width, and the height we are going to keep it as 20 only. Let's get the hollow cube, and because we are keeping the 2 mm thickness from all the different sides, so the width is going to be 46, length is also 46, and the height of this will be 18 as the 2 mm thickness will only apply it from the bottom part. Now let's align these two cubes. We'll click on the align button here. Let's take a reference of the solid cube and align this along the center of the length and center of the width, and then we are aligning it at the top of the box. Let's group it, and our bottom section is ready. To design the groove section, let's start with the solid part. We are going to size it 50 mm, 50 mm, and the height we are going to keep it as 4 mm. If you see the final design, you will see that the groove is 1 mm deep across 3 edges, left, back, and right. And this is what we are going to achieve by cutting the solid part in the first step so that it creates the 3 edges with the 1 mm depth. We are going to pick the hollow cube for this, and because we are going to have 1 mm thickness from the left and right, so let's keep the length as 48 and then width as 49, because the thickness only applies from the back side and not at the front. The height, we are going to keep it as 2, because if you see in this final design, half of the section is this groove and half of the section is this little edge which is extending from this groove. And this helps the lid to not come off from the box when it is closed. Let's align this hollow with the solid. Take the reference of the solid box. We're going to align this at the front and then the center of the length, and it's already aligned at the height level as it's starting from the bottom. Let's combine this and group it, and you will see that we are able to achieve the groove part where 1 mm thickness is left from the 3 sides. Now to define this extended edge, again we are going to bring the hollow part, and because this is like 1 mm extended from both the left and right, so further the length of this is going to be 48 minus 2, which is 46, and the width is going to be 49 minus 1, which is going to be 48. The height is again going to be 2 mm. Let's align these two sides. So this will be aligned at the top, so let's select this, and again this is aligned at the front, so let's do this, and then the lengthwise at the center. So we have the groove section almost ready. Let's group it, and then you will be able to picturize it. So we are able to create this gap or the depth inside all the 3 sides, and then an extended edge which will help us in holding the lid. Let's align these two parts. Along the bottom part, it needs to be at the center, then it needs to be on the front side, then at the top. Let's do this, and we are gonna pull this little up so that it sits on top of the box. So this is our section which is sitting right on top of our bottom section, and let's combine these together, and this makes our bottom part with the groove section ready. To design the lid, let's start with the solid cube. The length of this lid has to be smaller than this groove section. The groove section is 48 mm long, so we must have it 47.5 mm long, so that we have a clearance of 0.5 mm, and this will ensure that the lid is freely moving inside and out of this box. And to keep the similar clearance on the height perspective, let's have it as 1.5 mm because this section is 2 mm in height. We already have 1 mm thickness of this groove section if we are looking from the back, and if we want to ensure that this lid front part is aligned with the front part of this box, then we are going to have the length as 49 itself. We will be adding a little handle on the top of this lid, and that will help us in dragging this lid in and out of this box. This section length is 46 mm, so let's keep it as 45, and it can be even smaller than this, does not matter because we just need to use it as a handle. The height of this is going to be 2.5, and this 2.5 plus this 1.5 of the lid, this will ensure that this whole section is aligned from the top of the box as well. The width of this part is going to be 2 mm. Let's align it along the center, and then at the top, and then at the front side of it. From the bottom it has to be 1.5 as that is the height of our main lid part. Let's combine this and group it together, and our lid is also ready. Now that we have both the parts ready, let's go and print it. I just wanted to highlight that to print, you should have the box as well as the lid in this orientation itself. If you move the box or the lid in any other orientation, this might create difficulties to print it out. Keeping that in the mind, let's export it in the form of STL. Sliding boss yt.stl, save it. I'm at the Bamboo Studio. I'm using Bambu Lab A1 Mini as the 3D printer to print our sliding box components. Let's import the STL file which we had exported from the Tinkercad. And you can see our components, the box with the groove section and the lid. There is no additional configuration needed on the printer front. So let's go to the preview stage. And the slice is okay, which means we can directly click on the print plate. As you can see, it's going to take 34 minutes and it's going to roughly weigh around the 19 grams. Let's click on send to send this print to the 3D printer. And the 3D printing has started. We have both the parts printed here, and as you can see, this is the lid. Here is the handle which helps us to hold the lid. This is the box. If you see, it has the groove section along this edge at the back and then at the right as well, which means there are 3 sides where you have the groove. When you put the slide in the groove section, it perfectly fits inside this part and helps you to slide it in or slide it out. Let's look at some real world designs for this sliding lid box. This is very much similar to ours. Primarily, you will see the difference in terms of how to hold it and slide it in and out. Here you can see it has created kind of a depression which can help us grip this lid. This has created a hole to do that. This has a handle which is much more extended than what we had. This is a triangular pattern on the top. This is a 2-step lid. It's working in the same manner, but the top of the lid is also aligned with the top of this box part, which is giving a more seamless view compared to what we built. This is another pattern where it's a 2-step lid. The bottom part is sliding inside the groove in this box and the upper part is getting aligned with the level at the top. And if you see, it has created a different format to grip the handle. More or less all these boxes, they work on the same principle. You have the lid, you have the box, and then you have the groove section which help the lid to slide in and out. I hope for DIYers like you, it will definitely be a new addition to your storage solutions.